I didn't really have a plan when I started Mange. Like I was just like, I want to make my own shit and I'll figure out how to make it work. And I jumped in. It seems like this is my window. This is the right path for me. I'm going to jump. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm going to figure it out. So that's what Mange was from its inception. That's where I've been with this, and it's been really hard. Man, has it been hard. It has kicked my ass, dude. Like, I'm Mange's only full-time employee, and I do everything. Camera work, the editing, writing, the setup, the sound, the lights, marketing, advertising, social media management, photographer, a filmmaker. Like, I do everything. I do have some really great people around me that help behind the scenes, and kind of like many producers that have been very supportive to me in Mange since I started in 2022, and I'm very grateful for those people. But when I started Mange in 2020, I wanted to do something like this, like kind of record my journey as a small business owner and like an independent filmmaker trying to make a gig of it, and trying to grow his business and to kind of like record that and document that. And I did start that. I did that for like the first month or so, and I just got so busy so fast it kind of fell by the wayside. It's something I wish I would have stuck with, because now I see the value in it, and had I stuck with it, I would have 3 years of this journey as a filmmaker, and it would be cool to see like where I was when I started to now. I've noticed the growth in myself as a filmmaker, as a photographer, as a business owner. I want to level Mange up more and more and more, and I want to be able to do more. I want to hire more staff. I would love to have like a crew and a cast that I do stuff with that helps me on the business side and also helps me with the original content side, because that stuff's really fun. I am trying to find this balance with myself. Like, this is going to come as a shock, but I'm kind of weird. Right? Surprise! The guy who looks like Voldemort grew up in a trailer park is kind of weird, right? I mean, look at me. Would you be surprised to learn that I own a snake? Like, I have a pet snake. Anyone surprised by that? Like, is anyone surprised to learn that I own 10 snakes? Like, no one's surprised. Like, I get it. I look a little weird. And guess what? The weird looking guy likes weird stuff, right? Like, I like horror movies and snakes and tattoos, right? Like, I've always been drawn to like fringe stuff. And so I'm trying to find the balance of doing the things I love kind of in that realm and in the weirdness, with also being like a professional, because I can make professional level art and content for businesses. Like, I can tone it down. Like, I can switch back and forth. Being a business owner and trying to market myself, but also being true to myself as an artist, it's weird. And I've had to grow and stretch in a lot of areas that I wasn't expecting. Did not see the hardship and like the emotional grind that starting a business comes with, and it makes sense because I'm making a shift from being employed by a business to being the business. It's a big shift, and it comes with like emotional stuff and mental stuff, and I'm having to think about things that I never thought about, and I'm having to really question like who I am and what I want and what my goals are and what my values are and what lines up with that. And I don't regret it. It's been really hard, like I said. And then, there was a whole lot of stuff that happened last year in my personal life that was awful and devastating and made things really hard too, on top of, trying to run a business and all that. Also I'm a dad, I've got kids. And so, it's just a lot happened last year that was really hard. Also, a lot of amazing things happened. Like last year, was such a wild year for me. And, a lot of things happened I didn't see coming. And, now this year in 2024, it's been really good. Like, that's why I overall is like hard and challenging as it has been for me starting my own business and figuring out what that looks like and the things that I need to do to make that happen, and then having to like try things and not know and just, jump in. And like being a business owner and a small business, like, man, the level of rejection you deal with is like real hard. And, I've definitely gotten better at it, to learn just, a lot of times it's not personal. It's just, what you're offering doesn't line up with what they're looking for, kind of thing. And that's fine. That's totally fine. But it's like, man, when you're the business and you're everything, you really have to learn to like separate, you and the business and your feelings and all that. Like, it's wild. The end of this year will be 3 years that Mange has been in existence, and that I've been out on my own, and it's been awesome. Like, I've loved it. Like, for all the hardships and all the like the grind and the gruel and the just having to work when every day, and even when I'm sick and when I'm tired and having, I don't know how many times I'm just like had to like drag my butt into the edit chair and just make shit happen because it's like it's got to get done and I'm the one that's going to do it. But it's been so good. I've met so many people. Like that's been like definitely one of the best things about the past 3 years and in starting Mange, and is just the connection and like meeting so many people that I never would have met out if I hadn't done this, if I hadn't started this business, if I hadn't reached out. Like, you know, I'm always trying to grow and find new clients and new people to work for. And it's so cool when you finally find people that like you line up with and you gel with, and like you get each other and like you can help each other out, and like I can help their business, they can help me, and we grow together. Like, and you have that like win-win hit with someone. Like that's, oh, it's like I love that. Like it makes it worth it, dude. Like that's the best part, when you connect with a new client, a new person, and you're just like, oh, we're gonna make something really cool and we're gonna do this. And like to like be able to take someone's vision and bring it into reality for them is like so satisfying. Like I've gotten so many messages from clients that were just thrilled with what I was able to bring them, and it's so nice and reaffirming, especially like as an artist, to have people really connect with your art and what you make, even when it's just like silly videos for Instagram or whatever, but to have it strike a chord with people and people are like, oh, this was so funny, or this had me in tears, you know, just different things like that. To have that kind of affirmation of an artist is really just really good. You know, like I really need that sometimes, like because I think I spend so much time in my head like thinking and writing and conceptualizing and trying to work out things before I even like talk about them, that it's just like sometimes it makes you feel a little bit like a crazy person, that you're in your head all the time. I've always been drawn to like fringe stuff, and exploring that has been really fun, but I think also it can be a little polarizing. And so I'm trying to find like the medium between being like my weird artsy self, but also being able to produce content for a broader audience. My problem is I have too many ideas. There are too many projects I want to do, and like I've made the past couple of years about exploring those ideas and trying to vet them. I know that if I don't set things in motion, that I can just kind of keep thinking, and I get jammed up, and there's too many ideas. And so I know for me in my own artistic life, I need to be executing, and I need to be making stuff and getting it kind of like off the table. And so Mange has been a great way to explore some of that. Like I've tried some podcasts and some shows, and like I tried to start this series called Devil's Night, which was basically going to be like a horror short film series. I still think it's a good idea. I just didn't quite get the timing right, I think, with it. As far as what I want to do, I think it was going to cost a little more than I had available to me at the time. So it's kind of a back burner idea, because I wrote several episodes and I love the stories, and I would love to make them and bring them into existence. I love to explore and create. I think I'm just very curious by nature, and also drawn to the fringe stuff. So a lot of times for me, if there's something that people are like, oh, you're not supposed to do that, I'm like, you know what? Well, I'm going to do it. Watch me do it. So it's just like, I have to find the balance of that. And then also like, hey, let me make something that's not totally polarizing to everyone. Like I would like to make more mainstream stuff that reaches a broader audience, because having done that with some of my clients, it's been really cool to watch that feedback roll in from a bigger audience, where it's like, oh, this is really funny. I really like comedy. I like working humor into what I'm doing, and it's been fun to lean into that over the past year. Working with Asylum Studios has been amazing, and working with Daniel Jones, who's also my best friend and my tattoo artist, has been just so cool. Like working with my best friend and making really cool art that's really fun, and me and him just work so well together. And then it's also, you know, just working with the crew at Asylum. Like they're so cool, they're so awesome. Like I love those people, they're amazing, and it's been really fun working with them. And it means a lot to me that I can throw out wild ideas to them, and overwhelmingly they're like, yeah, let's do it. I love it, let's do it. And it, like that as an artist is really like, it feels really good, especially when you get backed up by people who themselves are amazing artists. Like the artists at Asylum are stupid good, like amazing. Like I was a client before, you know, we worked together, and so like it feels really good to have your art praised by amazing artists. So when I started Mange in 2020, The idea was I wanted to create this studio where that it was kind of multifaceted, that there's one side of it where I work with businesses and create content for their social media, web pages, whatever they need, marketing stuff, photos, videos, whatever. So there's that side of Mange for businesses that kind of want to level up their social media content or need someone to run it. Like, having a business is hard, and then to also have to do social media on top of it is just like one more thing you have to do. So that's what Mange does. We create content for social media, and then we can also manage that social media. Adding that into Mange's repertoire this year was pretty cool. Like anything else, it had its learning curves, but it was nice to see, looking at the analytics, that what we're doing works, and that we've been able to grow our clients' reach and grow their views and their audience, and grow the feet coming through the door. And that's been really rewarding to see, like the growth that you have a plan and you put it into action, and it's nice to see it work. Then there's the other side of Mange, which is original content. Since Mange's inception, I wanted to create original content and have that original content eventually be like the bread and butter of Mange. Since starting Mange in 2022, I've tried a lot of different things. This year I've been shooting cars, which has been really cool, and that's been really different for me and really rewarding. And I like that a lot, and I'm leaning into that. I'm really leaning into YouTube these days. For a while I was just like unsure about if it was worth it, and this year Mange has been focusing more on YouTube and growing our presence there, because my hope is that the channel here, Mange Studios, will grow, and that we could see enough fruit from our growth in YouTube to focus more on original content that we could produce for YouTube. We are starting another channel this year, hopefully. We were actually just working on it. We're actually on the set of it right now. Justin's Jungle, which is going to be my YouTube channel about reptiles and plants and just my obsessions that came out of the pandemic. And I'm excited for that, and to make cool videos with all my reptiles, because I have like 20. So I'm excited for that, to kind of like introduce everyone to my reptile collection and like meet other reptile collectors and kind of just nerd out about reptiles and plants, because that's something I like to talk about. So as 2024 is wrapping up, what's in the future for Mange? What's 2025 look like? The plan is growth. I'm looking for more clients, people who need photos, videos, social media content, social media management, people who don't have time to run their social media and would rather just turn it over to professionals. Like, we got you. Also focusing more on original content creation. It would be cool to do a podcast. I've not really found the footing I'm looking for with a podcast. I have a couple ideas that I think would be really cool and really fun. It's just finding the time to do that. Spirituality is something that I've been really interested in for a long time, and I think that would be fun to kind of explore next year, kind of in the form of a podcast. There's this podcast that it's been cooking at me for a long time that hopefully I will have time to explore in 2025. I do have a big project coming up in 2025 that I'm not really ready to talk about, but if it gets pulled off, holy crap, it's going to be amazing. And very excited about that. Very excited. It's going to be a Mange production. It's a really big project, and can't talk about it yet, but it's good. When it's time to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it a lot. It's going to be awesome. I'm working on some stuff here at the end of the year for Asylum that I'm really excited about. That's going to hopefully, if everything works out, come out around Christmas time. That's going to be really fun, really excited. I really like to do a little bit of everything because my brain is so scattered and I have so many interests. It's kind of fun to do a little bit of everything. So I'm really excited to see what 2025 is going to bring with it, and how Mange is going to grow, how I'm going to grow, because I feel like there's a lot of good things coming. As for all the hardships that come in running a business and trying to get it off the ground and survive, I feel like a lot of good stuff's happened, and I made a lot of good connections. I met a lot of really good people, made a lot of really cool friends, and it's been a really fun ride with Mange. So that's the journey so far. That's kind of where I'm at, and hopefully where I'm headed. If you watch this and you watch this far, thanks. Like that's really cool. I appreciate you listening. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm figuring things out as I go. I never went to business school. I'm just kind of learning as I go. I'm reading books, I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm talking to people who are successful in business and asking them questions, and trying to figure out everything that I need to learn to make Mange grow and be successful and be something that I can be proud of, that I can, take care of my 4 kids with and like give them better than I ever had. And, you know, hopefully it becomes something that when my time comes to pass from this world, I can leave to them that will take care of them as well. So like I have high hopes for Mange. I want to make really cool art and share it with you all. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you for everyone that supported me through the years and through these first 3 years of Mange. It's been so fun. It's been such a blast. I'm very grateful for it. I remember being in a cubicle, dying to have what I have now. And so I'm grateful for it, you know, even though it's the struggle and, you know, I'm a starving artist and all that fun stuff. Like, it is much better being out here fighting to survive and doing my thing than being like locked in a cubicle with no sunshine. Like, I'd much rather be here growing and figuring it out. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope that you continue to follow me and Mange and our story as we kind of figure things out and we grow. And yeah, thanks for watching.